To another episode of Sat on the Swing. This is some gentle aerial yoga. Today we're going to have a low setting or low height on the swing, and we'll be focusing on a couple fit and flow movements just to activate the body, and then going into a meditation pose that I think is quite interesting. That can be more accessible using the swing, and you might think it's a nice creative way of enjoying the swing even further for finding that floating calm. So let's go over there, take a seat into the swing, just hold the front of the strap, safe entry and exit always, sitting down, straddling in the swing here, pushing away, and we'll just get some comfort level, make sure we're situated correctly, pull in the back of the swing always if you just need to straighten the back, feet are here flat on the mat, hands are pushing forward, and we're just going to do some gentle rotations here. Extending one leg, bending the other, making a nice circle. Just close the eyes. Go with the flow. We're not even counting the number of times here, just going with a couple of rotations. What feels good. And now let's go back the other way. So coming around. And now release. Now, pull back, pull the back of the swing. If you need to get the height correct, try to go onto the tops of your toes each side. And from here, just work in the other direction on the feet. We normally push the other way with the down dog, but now pushing down with the toes and pulling back. So it's a toe crunch. Just using the swing. Make sure your height is correct. It shouldn't be uncomfortable. Using just the gentle movement here. You really roll across the toes without putting all the pressure on them. And again, hold on to the strap. If it's too intense, you can take a little bit of the weight off. I think this is a nice one. Again, taking advantage of the use of the swing here. You're just floating on top. A gentle toe curl. Now add the breath, coming back. Inhale. And exhale as you're going out on the tops of the toes. And repeat. Inhale. And now exhale. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. So it's really important. Get to all the articulations. Yoga is about taking care of everything, every part of the body, and even down to the toes. So next one we'll be doing here is a bicycle. So you might want to just come up seated a little bit, put the other leg through. And this is a one-legged bicycle. I'll do it on the other side here for the camera. Probably better, at least for the first one anyway. So you're seated here, and now you're on the swing completely, seated, pushing forward. This leg's a little bit tucked up here. And then you're just use the back of the swing as a counter, just here above the shoulder, near the neck, holding the swing with the two hands here, and just a single pedal. So this is the Palamuktasana series, digestive. We want to add the breath. Inhale as you come up, bring the knee towards the chest. A single leg pedaling, bicycling. Inhale, exhale. Just go nice and slow. Lean back. Keep your balance. The swing is there to brace you. And keep just going with the breath here. And release. Okay, now we're going to do the other side, so you can either come out of the swing completely or just pull up a little bit. Get one leg over, then the other. Probably easiest just to come up. And then if you like, you can just bring the leg across like this. That's another option once you're already seated. So just the important thing is to always be centered. Make sure you're well centered on the seat of the swing. The back is properly supported. This knee's just the side of the knees on on the outer part of the swing. You're leaning back. And now pushing forward here. Same thing. Single leg bicycle. And just pulling back towards you. Inhale. Extending that foot, pushing the pedal. Exhale. So keep going nice and slow with the breath. And remember, lean the head back. This assures that you're locked in there with a good fixed position in the swing. You could do it leaning forward, but better to be always with something as a counter so you stay in the swing. And one more time. Inhale and exhale out. Okay, there we go. So now we'll just come around. We're sat in the swing as it were here. And now, I know this is a difficult one. We're just going to swing. So a couple times back and forth. Use the abdomen. Lifting the feet. Sort of a floating boat, if you like. Yes. Just movements like this can be really good for the body. And add the breath if you like. So inhale as you come back. Exhale, push out. Okay, and now, had a little fun today on the swing. So we'll turn around here and we'll talk about this meditation posture. The Mahabandha is an interesting 3 locks combined in one. Usual position is lotus. It can also be done in gracious pose, and Siddha is Siddha Yoni pose. But there's another pose which is a little bit less known. It's quite interesting. So to get into this, first thing is take your back foot. Toes are just on the outside of the swing, knee on the outside of the other. You're planted down firmly on your heel here. And again, this works for Mula Bandha as well. If you want contact or you just want to be really rooted in your meditative positioning stance here. And then pushing with the hand here. And this particular swing I have has a really handy little strap here at the top. So you can just drop the heel in there. This is the Ulu swing. And there you go. You got a fantastic seated position, in my opinion, that's well supported on both sides. And now the correct way to go for this, if you're doing the foot lock, you're going forward, do a retention of breath. You can hold the toe, and you're there. You get the tension on the abdomen, and it works quite nicely. So, for basic meditation, what you could consider doing here is just the chin lock on the retention of breath. After you do the exhale through the mouth, and coming up with the inhale. So we'll try that 10 rounds on each side. If you want to add the Mula Bandha while you're here, cranial contractions, go ahead. You've got the heel there in contact, making the point. And so we'll just go for 10 rounds on each side. So again, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, tuck the chin, and then make the retention you want for 5 ohm, 10 ohm, etc. And then come back to center. Again, 10 rounds. And when you're ready, switch sides, or we'll switch together. It's not a problem. And go from there. And now when you're ready to release, just push the swing away from you. Extract the heel as carefully as possible. Maybe put the fingers there in the circle so it comes out easier. And before we go for the other side, come up to seated. So grab the strap in front of you and behind you carefully. I'll just move the legs a little bit before changing side. So again, circles like before. Yoga swing equivalent of shaking it off. And now going back the other way. And remember, with the inhale, there's no retention of breath on this one that we're doing here. It's just on the exhale. So no worries if you're taking a little bit longer or not synchronized exactly. It's obviously meditation's a personal experience. You got to experiment a little bit on your own, see what works for you. So let's come back up here and left foot now. Again, the toes off to the side, heel just underneath the base of the spine, perennial area. And once you're seated there and you're comfortable, pushing on the swing, take your right heel and just drop it into this handy opening at the top of the swing, this particular one, the Ulu swing. And now we've got a very nice position, well centered. I want to bring my back a little more vertical, so I'll pull the back here. And there we go. Leg is straight. And again, so we'll do the inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, dropping the chin forward for the throat lock, Jalandhara. And after there, make the retention of breath that's comfortable for you. 10, 15, 20 ohm, whatever works for you. And then coming back up, inhale, no retention on the inhale, and just repeat 10 rounds at your own pace. And we'll all meet back here at the center. If you finished before and you want to just put your legs out to the side and continue with your fingers in mudra, that's fine too. It's difficult to synchronize live stream classes. So again, deep breath, yogic calm, firmly positioned against the back of the swing. Inhale, exhale through the mouth. Release, press all the carbon dioxide out, tuck the chin down, and make the retention the time you want here. If Bandha, activating perennial band here, go for it. You can add that as well. And now when you're ready, release the heel, push away, use the fingers to separate a little bit at the bottom there. Get the heel out nicely, not too much pressure, and push the strap away. If you're still continuing, that's fine too. And now, just raising the legs, get both feet out in front of you here, gracefully as possible. And again, just rotations here, working out any tension there from being in a position with one leg out in front. So we'll call that a floating forward bend. And now other side. And hands to our heart. Namaste. Thank you everybody for joining. Hope you enjoyed this sequence. And I'll be back with some more creative ideas using the aerial swing for meditation and just a nice yogic calm. So have a great day. Namaste and see you soon.